Welcome to Lifestyle Indy. I'm Paul Poteet.
And I'm Julie Patterson. Thanks for joining us.
You know I'm a longtime fan.
Yes.
And
of
you,
fans.
You.
I'm a fan of yours too.
Yeah, and of fans too. What would we do in the summertime without fans?
We would sweat a lot.
But they're not just useful, they're somewhat artistic.
Also on the show tonight, a magician. He's a 50-plus person. He's been practicing magic locally for more than 40 years. You're going to find out where you can actually see this guy. I didn't even know this was around, but you'll find out more about him.
Find out so much on this show. And we're also going to go to a wedding. And
Well,
you don't have to bring a gift.
It's a faux wedding, F-A-U-X. We're going to show you options, vendors, jewelry, things you can eat, maybe some dancing, I don't know.
Singing.
But that'll be a cool segment. You'll enjoy that, especially if you're planning a wedding.
And we're also planning on going to the Cabaret. Our own Jill Dittmeyer is not going to be dancing, not going to be singing, but she's going to be revealing some of the folks who are behind the Cabaret.
They have a new designated space. You're going to want to see it. It's gorgeous.
Sit back and enjoy Lifestyle Indy.
Your life, your style.
Lifestyle Indy is made possible with support from Westport Homes, dedicated to building homes for every chapter of life, with plans and details that match customer-specific needs and style. Additional funding is provided by Altman, Poindexter, and Wyatt attorneys, serving clients throughout Central Indiana with wills, trusts, and estates, with over 70 years of combined experience.
For those of you who might be planning a wedding, we've got a segment for you.
People like to get married in the summertime.
You know, they do it on any night of the week now and any time of the day.
So
it's not like always Saturdays or Fridays like it used to be when we were getting married years and years
To
years
different
ago.
people.
It's updated and everything's different. Flowers and dresses and where the venues.
And there's
all the
all
things.
kinds of options that we're going to cover right now.
Okay, check out what's new at Hillcrest Country Club on this segment.
Now, I've been to a lot of weddings in my life, but a faux wedding, this is kind of new. We're here with Jamie James from Bride to Be, and you've got to tell me all about this. Why a faux wedding?
Oh, a faux wedding is so exciting because it really lets the bride see how the whole event will play out here at Hillcrest Country Club. They can actually see how the decorations will look, how the flowers will look, and they can get a feel of how the event will come together for their wedding.
There are so many players that go into a wedding. You're going to introduce us to everybody. You ready for this? This is one of Indianapolis's just historical, beautiful places. Why is this the perfect place to do this faux wedding?
You don't have to be a member to have an event here, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous greens in the back because we are also a country club and golf course, so they can get some picturesque views out there. We have a footbridge on hole 12, and that has cattails, and it's just gorgeous for photos. We also have our front porte-cochere that you saw when you came in that has been just the one-of-a-kind backdrop for, you know, those family photos or bride and grooms together. But there is just a lot of great picture-perfect places on this property as well.
It feels very magical. I like that, very castle-like. Okay, let's go see what else is going to go into this to make this faux wedding a hit. You ready?
The spiral staircase is the perfect place for photographers to capture those stunning bridal shots.
Jamie James, we're back with her now. Let's find out. So tell me about who else we're going to meet. Thanks.
Well, as the brides come in, they will come in to register and they will get their goodie bags.
I love a goodie bag.
Oh my gosh, and also I'd like to introduce you to our invitation lady.
Invitations, they just set the tone for the wedding. Tell me about why an invitation is so important.
You just said it. It sets the tone for the wedding. When your guests receive that invitation, it's that wow factor about opening up that invitation and the expectation they have for that fabulous event.
So tell me about what some of the brides are going to see when they come to the faux wedding, as far as the different papers, and what are you going to have here?
I will have handcrafted, and I do mean handcrafted invitations and customized invitations for them to view. And if they don't see something that they want, we can discuss it and I will make their wish come true.
And that's what this faux wedding is all about, making a bride's wishes come true.
What is it about a bride's glam squad that day? What should they be looking for?
The best thing to do is have a look and just relax and let us take care of all the work and not worry about anything.
I love it. And what kind of advice do you give to brides as they're kind of planning their beautification for their big day?
So I suggest for mine personally, allowing at least 30 days to prepare their skin, and then that way it ends up being flawless so that makeup can be put on and then they're just glowing for their wedding pictures.
Now tell me, what will you be doing here at the faux wedding? Will you be showing them different looks, or what can they expect when they come into this room?
Airbrush makeup, of course. So if they don't follow the great skincare procedures, I can still cover up their blemishes. And then lashes, of course, and feeling beautiful.
All right, the brides are going to be looking so good after they leave you guys that night. So thank you. Where are we headed to next? I mean, so much to fit in at this faux wedding.
The bride will walk down the aisle surrounded by the breathtaking gardens.
I love a good bling, guys. So you got to tell me, what are these diamonds going to be like for this wedding?
We're going to have a beautiful emerald cut center halo wedding set and a machine custom-made wedding band for the guy.
And when they come to you, what is your job? What do you kind of do to make it easy for them?
Sort of help guide them through making their dreams a reality, so we can do anything they want, and it usually focuses around the center stone and the design that the lady likes. So.
And one detail you may overlook, but the person that's at the center of it all, the officiant, helping you take those vows.
I do things that are natural and just try to break up tension. And if, I get a chance to kind of figure out what they want, we work together on a ceremony so that they're not feeling like I'm saying you've got to do this, this, and this. It's really their words. A lot of families have come back to me and said, how did they come up with those words? And I said, really, I just, I made some suggestions, but those were their words.
So special, so special. Thanks for being here. All right, guys, let's go inside. Let's go find Jamie. Oh, there she is. Now, we've talked all about the marriage stuff. Let's talk about what's important. The party.
The party, yes. And after the ceremony, all the brides and their guests will come this way, and we will have the grand reveal of the ballroom.
All the dinner, dancing, all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. The dinner, the cake, we'll have a DJ and a photo booth. Mm-hmm. It's going to be wonderful. Yeah. And we're just so excited. And actually, we're even going to have people here that will be able to take you away in a helicopter, a plane, or a jet to your honeymoon. How about that?
Oh, hey, that's
it's elevation air. It's amazing.
Yeah,
so we are going to have so much fun, and this ballroom is going to be decorated to the hilt.
A lot of work goes into making these tables look beautiful, and I think some of these ladies might be the ones doing it, right? So tell me, you guys have been working really hard with the flowers and the decor. What is it that will make this room look more than just a room now? I mean, it's going to really be a transformation.
It really will, and we don't want to give anything away.
Secrets.
But we've been working with Steve's Flowers and Gifts, who unfortunately was not able to be with us today. But we all came with a vision, and Steve is making that happen florally. And Madison with Indiana Wedding Decorators has all the props.
Ooh, props. I like this. Okay, so when they come to you, what are they kind of looking at? Is it the chairs, the linens, the centerpieces? What are you helping them decide?
So we do like the centerpieces, we do linens, runners, chairs, arches, everything. Lanterns, it's going to be amazing.
How important do you think it is for brides to see it all, like to have that opportunity? Because usually they have to wait until their real wedding day, but now they get this faux wedding day to kind of get a glimpse. How important do you think that this is for them?
I think it's pretty important because they can see what they can do, what the options are. There's a lot out there, and we've only really tapped the surface of it.
So after the bride and groom have been in here dancing and partying all night, they've got to make their big grand exit. Let's go see where that is all going to happen. So this is where we catch our limo.
Yes, this is where the bride and groom will come out and we will have their magical send-off.
I love it. I love it. This has been the best faux wedding I've ever been to. It's going to be a fun night.
Oh, we're so excited about it. We are so
Thanks for including us. Jamie James with Bride-to-Be. She's got all the information on her website where you can get tickets, who's going to be here, and it's going to be a great time. I'm Amanda Clark with LifeStyle Indy.
Here's a great story, and it's all about the fans, Julie. they keep turning.
Like your fan club, those fans.
No.
The kind that blow forth air and
The
keep
kind
you
that
cool.
are blowing on us right now in our lovely model home here.
Well, it sounds like a cool story.
Oh, boy. Michael Atwood is here to give it a spin.
Oh.
Fanimation in Zionsville sells some of the sleekest, most modern-looking ceiling fans to customers throughout the world. But all things new are destined someday to be old. That's okay. Fanimation also has a place for these fans once they become antiques. That's because Fanimation is also home to some of the oldest fans. Welcome to the only dedicated antique ceiling and desk fan museum in the world open to the public. Our tour guide is Fanimation's Tom Frampton. And you guessed it, Tom is a big fan of fans.
Well, we're at Fanimation and we're in the Antique Fan Museum portion of Fanimation.
There are old fans and older fans here. Electric fans, both big and small, are popular. Turns out electricity played a huge role in the development of fan technology.
Fans obviously started very simple and then became more and more complex.
Right. They probably started with the Egyptians, just a palm fan, but you had the advent of electricity and it went from there.
But in the days before electricity, let's call this era BE, folks still had fans. It all began with hand-powered fans, an invention that has withstood the test of time. Over the years, there have been water-powered fans, steam-powered fans, alcohol-powered fans, foot-powered fans.
An ingenious device that Franklin enjoyed.
Yes, this is a reproduction of a chair fan he owned.
And by Franklin, we mean Ben Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin, sure.
There are even celebrity fans. This fan blew him away on the set of Mad Men, and this breezy number was featured in the Perry Mason TV series.
Well, here's a good example of a fan, a very unusual fan, called it's a hidden fan, but designed to disappear when you don't really want to see it.
So it's decorative, and then when you want a fan, you turn it around.
Yeah, it's gone.
Now here's one that you restored.
So this is a good example of one that was just totally destroyed. The cage was bent, the blades were broken off, the case was all broken apart. So this was a total restoration. Probably looks better than the day it was made. Here's another one called a roller coaster.
Oh, look at that.
So 360 degrees and
wow.
Up and down.
But wait, there's more. 2 full floors of fans representing 2 eras of fan technology, from the really old to the pretty darned old, over 2,000 fans. But some of these old fans are also pretty darn valuable.
Some of these fans are very valuable.
Yeah, some of them are very valuable. I don't want to say about it, but
No one come here and steal fans.
But we do encourage silly, brief forays into nostalgic moments from our childhoods.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
A fan. Before computers and auto-tune, kids could entertain themselves, at least for a few minutes, with fan vibrato.
Almost as much fun as using helium to make your voice sound funny.
Da-da-da, dun-dun. That's the Perry Mason theme, right? Da-da-da, dun-dun.
That's right, kids. This is the way your parents and grandparents amused themselves back in the day. Most of the fans in the Antique Fan Museum are fans Tom collected over the years. His love for fans began when he was just a teenager. Other fans are on loan to the museum from even more fans of fans.
Well, there's a club of us, the Antique Fan Collectors Association, and we're the host for the museum. So this is essentially their museum, although most of the fans are mine, but there's probably 50, 60 other collectors who have fans on loan here besides myself.
Why in the world would someone collect antique fans? Tom has no idea.
Why do people want to collect fans?
I don't know. It's a good question. We get kids in here that are 2 or 3 years old that are already fascinated by fans, and all the way up in age.
It's just something he and others love to do. Many collectors of items both simple and strange are often at a loss for words when asked to define their passion. I am reminded of the French philosopher René Descartes. I collect, therefore I am. Or was it, I think, therefore I fan?
Tom, thanks for taking some time to show us around Fanimation's Antique Fan Museum.
Sure.
You know, after seeing all this, I'm your biggest fan.
Really? Huh, this is actually my biggest fan.
Oh, that's your biggest fan.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It is.
I'm Michael Atwood.
Sometimes she talks about Cabernets. This time it's a cabaret. Jill Dittmeyer, reporter all over town with all kinds of subjects.
And she's a wine connoisseur, so. But that's not the subject tonight.
Not
The
this
subject
time, not this time.
Is the Cabaret. Beautiful space. It's a new space. Well, they moved in the past year, and she takes us on a tour. It's gorgeous.
Sit back and enjoy.
We both share the same blood. We both have the same mind. And time, we've had so much to share.
The Cabaret has a new home in downtown Indianapolis. Let's go take a look. There's the title, and get ready to be wowed. And speaking of being wowed, she's always working, she's always busy. She's the artistic director, the CEO, Shannon Forsell.
Hello.
Welcome to Shannon's home.
Thank you. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the Cabaret.
Well, and this is you. I mean, she does it all here, and it's paying off because look at this new place. This is absolutely stunning, Shannon.
We love it. Thank you so much.
And unlike some of the other places that you've been in the Athenaeum, you've been into the Columbia Club, you kind of got to design this a little bit the way you wanted it to be.
We did, and you know, we were lucky because we've been in so many places. We tried to take the best of each of those places and say what were the things we loved about each of those places and put them into this. And we were so excited because we've been in other places where we're putting a cabaret in a space that wasn't for cabaret. Now we have a space that's made just for cabaret with amazing sound, lights, and atmosphere.
Amenities. Obviously,
Yes.
the welcoming point when you first walk in is this beautiful bar. I don't remember a beautiful bar like this in any of the other places, Shannon.
Yes, this is our fantastic, this is the Glick Bar, and it's super glamorous, which is exactly what we wanted. And they make amazing craft cocktails when they're at this bar during shows on the weekends.
But as we walk into the room, and this is the other part about a cabaret theater, the design and the layout is really very important, isn't it?
Absolutely.
For that style.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things that's hard to find in downtown Indianapolis is a room that doesn't have columns. And because a lot of columns and pillars, then they ruin the sight lines for a lot of different folks. So we're excited about this space because there is not a bad seat in the house. You're within feet of the artist, no matter what seat you're in. And so the views are fantastic.
If they're not familiar, what is cabaret theater? What makes it different than any other theater or musical performance?
Right. So in a nutshell, cabaret, this is actually Isaac Mizrahi, who's performing this weekend. He put it really perfectly. It's theater with liquor.
Well, and
so
that's why they have the bar.
It is a cross between a theater experience and a nightclub experience. So you're in this wonderful nightclub setting where you're having craft cocktails, food, you're with your friends, you're sitting at a table instead of in a row of seats. But then you're seeing something very theatrical that's meant to be a show. And it's very close. You're very personal with folks. They get really personal. And so you end up feeling like you're seeing a Broadway star, but then they are singing in your living room and you're getting to know them as a person. By the end of the night, everyone feels like they're a friend.
And it's also very easy access for your performers too.
Absolutely,
And
let's
you're gonna
go.
take us a little bit back behind the scenes?
Sure.
Because once again, when you had the ability to come into this space and kind of decide the layout, where you wanted
Right.
everything to be, I mean, look how easy it is for performers to get from the dressing rooms in here.
Right.
Is this one of the beautiful dressing
Absolutely.
rooms? And to get right into the stage. And let's have a little seat here.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you are a performer yourself.
I am, thank you.
What is it about the cabaret experience that has drawn you to it and kept you with it? You continue to perform, but like I said, you run this place.
Right. I just love the intimacy of the cabaret art form. I think it allows you to go deep with people's emotions, to really reach folks on a deep level. And I feel like in this world of everything coming at us all the time, that we need a place to go that's not doing that. We're going into our 10-year anniversary next year, which is exciting. So when we first started, we had no idea if Indianapolis would have any interest in cabaret. You know, it's largely on the coasts that cabaret is, and now they're calling us the Midwest Mecca for cabaret, which is really exciting for us. So on a national scale, Indianapolis is being looked at for folks that mean business with cabaret. And so now we are excited because we've built an audience that wants this and wants this for good. And that we spent a lot of years building an audience, and now we'll keep building it. But we have a lot of folks who want us to be here, and we're thrilled about that.
And you pay attention to your audience, what they want to see, what they want to hear, and then you go out and seek those performers.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love for folks to say, here's who I want to see, and give us feedback. We'll do surveys regularly, ask folks on Facebook, who do you want to see in Indianapolis? You know, a lot of the folks that we have are not household names, so they're Broadway stars and folks, so you have to say, oh, that person starred in Wicked. Oh, okay, now I know who they are, you know, when they're in Indianapolis. But what our folks have learned is even if you don't know who they are, you can count on them being incredible.
And the bar is incredible no matter
Right,
what.
absolutely. The whole experience is incredible. Our food and beverage is done by the Jazz Kitchen, so you can have drinks and food before the show, and it's just a lovely night out.
I think we're going to head back up to the bar after this. Thank you, Shannon, so much. Continued success to you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
I'm Jill Dittmeyer. Let's go back to the Glick Bar.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Well, you know, our mission here is to introduce you to new places and new people and new things. That's a pretty broad mission that we've got.
You know what? It's educational in a fun way, this show is. So fun.
Infotainment, I believe they call it.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, let's go to another place and meet another person as we continue exploring LifeStyle Indy.
All right, here you go.
Hocus pocus, chicken bones chocus. Why it's a magic word, nobody knows. But I like this one. In fact, everybody repeat after me. Veritas, which means truth. Volendo, which means to deceive. And if you say veritas volendo, truth by means of deception, you easily remove the bullet from the block without removing the ribbon. And that's how I became a member of the Magicians Guild of London all those years ago. Thank you.
Well, this is Taylor Martin. He's with Indy Magic Monthly, the producer, the creator. When did you come up with this?
10 years ago,
Okay.
at Theater on the Square with Ron Spencer. It was on a handshake. I said, you want to start a magic show? He said, what do you mean? I'm going to do a monthly magic show. I said, okay, write it up, and that was it. And we did it. It started on April 1st, 2008, which is really easy to remember because it's April Fool's Day. What a great day for a magic show, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
And it all comes out of the fact that Illusions closed. I don't know how many people remember the restaurant Illusions, and there were a lot of magicians here who still needed to work. And now we've gone through a lot of them, and we've had international stars. We've had people from France and from Australia, Canada, even Wisconsin. You know, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, cheese country.
Cheese country, yeah.
So when did you become entranced with magic?
I was about 6.
Okay, young.
And I had been interested in magic, and then when I was about 7, my father had me clean out his dresser drawer, and I found these very strange objects. And I said, what are these? He says, I will show you tonight. You know, mostly people think it's going to be something strange. No, they were Chinese sticks. There was a magic trick. He did it for me, and I said, wow. And so My dad was the person who sort of got me going, and to this day, he's very proud of that. And
Aw.
he's 95 now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he's way beyond boomer.
Are there magicians that you admire that you've gone and seen their show and you've got to meet?
Oh yeah, I've gotten to be friends with them. Yeah, Penn and Teller.
Oh, wow.
Let's see, who else? Johnny Thompson, the great Tom Sony, who they just did a movie on Showtime.
Oh, okay.
And, well, Lance Burton, I've gotten to be friends
I've
with
seen him.
Yeah, Lance
Vegas.
is wonderful. And probably hundreds of others who have all appeared at Indy Magic Monthly.
Really?
Over the years. Yeah, we've had, well, Francis Minotti, who was the person who was advising the television show Deception. He was here for our anniversary this year.
Cool.
We've had Eugene Berger, who is considered one of the great magicians of the 20th century. Now that we're sorry he's gone, we miss him. But I've gotten to be friends with a lot of these folks, and the people that come to Indy Magic are usually all friends of mine, or I've met somewhere, or they call me up and say, hey, I've got a new act, can I break it in? They do. So.
That's who you know?
Yep, that's it.
Tell me about tonight's show. Who are we going to see?
Tonight, we're going to have from Kokomo Obtuse, who is one of our regulars. He comes and does about 2 a year. He also designs a lot of our posters and art.
You like that card?
I love it.
Could you show everybody why?
We have the amazing Barry, who I told he couldn't come to another show until he got up on stage and did magic, and that was like 8-9 years ago. And now he's going all around the world and doing magic, and he's also going to be performing at the Society of American Magicians Convention in July in Orlando, Florida. And the act tonight he's doing will be that.
It only enhances as more time begins to pass. And you see these 4 cards actually each are missing a piece.
And then we also have from Columbus, Ohio, an old friend who hasn't been here in a long, long time, a gentleman named Carol Baker. And he's one of the hardest working magicians out there. He's always working at a restaurant, or he's doing a daycare center or a birthday or something like that. And he's just an amazing guy.
You're going to send the thought, the color of the card, up the shaft, down the cable. It's going to land inside your noggin, and you're going to tell him what color the card he is thinking of.
You're a boomer, and we love that you're still doing this.
Yep.
And being successful at it, and we admire that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great night and a better day tomorrow. We appreciate it.
All right, it's time to go. Mrs. P says that I'm a bad goodbyer. Like I'm...
Oh, you're one of those lingerers. Like you
Yes.
can't like leave. See, I'm pretty good at just saying see you later. But in my family, we play I got you last.
What's that?
That means like I got you last, and then you leave.
Oh, okay. Well,
See, I got you last, so you have to leave.
okay, then I guess we have to stop now. She'll come back for our next episode. See you then. For all things Lifestyle Indy, just visit our website. That's lifestyleindy.com. It connects this TV show with the radio show and the magazine. We've got useful information for people all over central Indiana. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Pick up Lifestyle Indy magazine at most Kroger stores and libraries. Look for us all over Indy.
Listen to Lifestyle Indy Radio Saturday afternoons at 4:30 p.m. on Freedom 95. Lifestyle Indy Radio. Your life, your style.
Lifestyle Indy is made possible with support from Westport Homes, dedicated to building homes for every chapter of life, with plans and details that match customer-specific needs and style. Additional funding is provided by Altman, Poindexter, and Wyatt attorneys, serving clients throughout central Indiana with wills, trusts, and estates, with over 70 years of combined experience.